It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Pepsi Center in downtown Denver. Tonight, it's the Denver Nuggets taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And away we go. Thomas. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Ball in possession of Cleveland. To Love. Down low Thompson. Inside, he scores.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Thomas with the basketball. They trail by 2. Thomas. To Jokic. To Thomas. The pass set it all up.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Hill across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Hill to Love. Fires the 3. And Kevin Love, no hesitation, hits the catch-and-shoot 3.
It is extremely prevalent right now for three-point shooters because of the skill set at every position is that versatile. Even your 5s and 4s can knock down 3s at a high clip.
It's a world of great three-point shooters and great three-point shooting teams. Cleveland has the basketball. Hill to Love. Hill. Deep 2 there, won't go. To Thomas. With another basket there.
A lot of questions looming about whether he can truly get back to 100% after that horrible hip surgery. Remember, though, this guy averaged 28 points per game just a couple of years ago.
Nothing going here on that drive. Hill. Here comes the screen. To Love. That's what you come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
The great defenders, the ones that really earn their paycheck, or the ones that refuse to be screened. You stuck to that screen like Velcro.
Nothing going here on that drive. And the basket good at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Cavaliers with the basketball. And it's rejected.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Thomas into the front court. Leads just a point. To Thomas. Can't connect.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
To Hill. To Love. Knocks it down from mid-range.
I see this happen all the time. It used to happen to me. Sometimes an easy offense allows more effort to translate to the defensive end.
Thomas. The drive, right to the basket, and draws the foul.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
First one goes down. And he makes them both. Cavs at the controls. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That no good, off the mark. Thomas across the timeline. Leads one. Thomas, his first effort off the mark. And that one out of bounds off a nugget. Clarkson with the basketball. They trail by one. Oh, had him going there for a second. From the painted area, won't go down.
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set a hard screen, roll to the rim, see the ball go in a couple of times before you settle for a mid-range jumper that's contested.
Shot from the lane won't go.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Tough make through traffic. Nuggets with the basketball. Thomas. To Jokic. Defense making the ball carrier work. Almost, but no good.
You see, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender hit the shooter right around the waist, which made him lunge into a shot and took away all of his concentration for it.
Thomas with the basketball. Down three. Jokic. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Cavaliers. New blood coming in for both sides. Thomas lets it fly from long range. Count it. Three-pointer is good.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. Has a look. Oh, it goes down. Yes, it's better to be lucky than good. Thomas into the front court. Down just a couple. Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Baseline drive. Oh, he had him there for a second. Count the basket at the rim.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Thomas across the timeline. Down two. To Thomas. Gets it in the right corner. It was right there.
Okay, that's all right. You take your lumps and you move on. You did exactly what the game plan was defensively to guard a player like that.
Here comes the screen. Gets off a three. At the buzzer. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
And he connects on the first free throw. Hits a second. One more coming. Three for three. Nice. through one. It's the visiting Cavaliers out on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. One quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Nuggets have the possession. Nothing going here on that drive. Fires the three, and the rebound taken in by Clarkson. Clarkson with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Rejected by Plumlee.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Has a chance. You talk about forcing things up. Too much pressure that time. Denver ball right now. Beyond the arc for 3. That won't go. Murray into the front court. They trail by 7. Just not going down.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Almost, and he's not getting the call. Murray with it. Right now, down 7. Great feed, sets it up. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Cleveland has the basketball. Oh, he had him there for a second. Can't connect from in close.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Thomas to Millsap. Not that time.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Baseline drive. He was hacked. They let it go.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Deep left corner. Rainmaker buries the wide open 3. That's too easy.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Screen coming. To Love. Going to launch beyond the arc. Shot off the mark. Good defense. To Thomas. To Jokic. To Millsap. Thomas goes to the left side. To Jokic. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big-time play.
First free throw is good. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Cavaliers with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Hill. Has a look. It goes down. Oh, he's feeling good. Maybe too good.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
Nothing going here on that drive. Millsap to Thomas. Here's a chance from long range. That one also no good. Smith into the front court. Up by 3. Inside, he scores.
It was gorgeous. I love the way he shows you the ball, then cradles it and lays the ball in as smooth as butter.
Nuggets have the possession. And that one out of bounds off a Nugget. Substitution being made in this one. Hill into the front court. Up 5. Hill. It's a big finish. He dared them to get in the way.
So many players try to get pretty with the game. They want to dance. They want to do all these tricks, maybe a God Shamdad. But sometimes you got to revert back to the old school style of the way we played the game. Just put your head down and stop me if you can.
Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Thomas with the basketball. Under a minute to go before halftime. Jamal Murray can't get the bounce. For 3. Second effort, and a putback slam.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Denver's got it. Thomas, they'll work it down to Millsap. Scores from the post.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
Hill to Love. Good shot, no good. Nothing going here on that drive. From 18 feet at the buzzer, we head to halftime with the Cavaliers out in front. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando as we go from Jay to Jalen. It's Jalen Rose with our EA Sports halftime report.
The Cavaliers put together a nice half and were rewarded with a solid lead.
And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Nuggets
Were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments.
Have a look at the leading scorers for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Bench points.
The Denver Nuggets were not given a chance to relax in that opening half. Even when the starters were on the bench, the reserves were maintaining the lead and earning their playing time.
Player of the half. Who was cold?
Isaiah Thomas hasn't had much luck getting into an offensive rhythm. He's been able to get shots up, but more often than not, they just haven't been dropping for him. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Cavs at the controls. Hill to Love. Probing the defense. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Thomas to Millsap. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. From long range. Now that's a contest.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Hill. Goes reverse to lay it in.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
Screen coming. Thomas to Millsap. Thomas, deep right corner. Jokic, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in it. They even throw their bodies into it. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Here comes the screen. Hill. To Love. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. It's Denver's ball. Thomas to Millsap. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Hill across the timeline. It's a 9-point lead. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Hill into the front court. The lead stands at 9. To Love. Fires the 3. That's good D. Shot no good. And they call it.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
The Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 13, Tristan Thompson.
Millsap. They dared him, and he burns them.
And the game flow in the second half is completely different than the first. That first half equals out of sight, out of mind. Way to recalibrate in the locker room and find your rhythm back on the court.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Nuggets with the basketball. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Hill across the timeline. Leads 5. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2. Thomas into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Nothing going here on that drive. Thomas, no good. No daylight. Great defense.
You know, Ed, so many players think the only way they can get big money is on the offensive end, but this is a game about roles. If your role is to be a defender, get your money on that end, please.
Nuggets have the possession. Thomas to Millsap. To Jokic. Trying to cash in. The rebound taken by Cleveland. Hill into the front court. Lead stands at 7. To Love. To Hill. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets. Great dish to set it up. Nice finish at the rim.
He's so good down low. This 4-time All-Star really does a good job of utilizing that body to muscle through contact and finish with the best of them.
Here comes the screen. To Love. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Kevin Love, no hesitation, hits the catch-and-shoot 3.
And Ed, when you have 7-footers roaming the perimeter who shoot over 40% from the three-point line, why take 2s?
All 5 can shoot it at any given time. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Thomas. Jamal Murray. And the rebound taken by Thompson. To Hill. Thomas. Jamal Murray. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
There is no better feeling than after making that shot and trotting back on defense, seeing your opponent stare, point, or yell at each other for miscommunication.
Here comes the screen. And finishes strong.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Denver ball right now. From the painted area, won't go down.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Lets it fly from long range. Rebound wheeled in by the Nuggets. Thomas. Buries it on the catch and shoot. Hill across the timeline. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. Hill looking for his man. Nice pass to get things going.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Thomas across the timeline. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. To Jokic. unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
To Hill. Fires the three, and George Hill good on the quick release for three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Nuggets have the possession. Here comes the screen. "15-footer at the buzzer. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Thomas with the basketball. His guys down by 9. Thomas. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6. Ball in possession of Cleveland. Screen coming. Probing the defense. Pass there, taken away by Denver. Martin into the front court. The deficit is 6. Add 2 points to the board.
Yeah, I know Will Barton got some votes for 6th Man of the Year, and he finished 4th in all the balloting. But last year, his stock was at an all-time high, and he posted career best numbers across the board at 27 years old. It's good to see him play in the NBA the same way he played in the streets of Baltimore growing up.
Thomas into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Thomas. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still, you got to make that one.
For 3. That one also no good. Thomas across the timeline, trailing by 4. Shot from the lane won't go.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Inside, he scores. Now the Nuggets signaling for timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Cleveland has the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. He's looking for that touch.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Clarkson with the basketball. Leads a bucket. Shot by Clarkson off the mark. Murray into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. It's good. Not necessarily his comfort zone. They dared him. He scores.
And when he gets going, he is automatic from that position on the floor.
And they'll take that any day of the week. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Oh, they call the foul.
And you can't lunge like that.
To Thomas. They go to Jokic. Down low. To Thomas. Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Time to shuffle things up. Off the mark on his free throw. To Hill. To Love. Gets it in the left corner. Murray with the basketball. All even here in the fourth. Driving right to the basket. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Knocks it down. Denver's got it. Thomas to Millsap. Jamal Murray knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
Oh, had him going there for a second. The drive, right to the basket, and he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Knocks down the first.
Into the game for the Nuggets, number 13.
Two for two on that trip. It's Denver's ball. Here comes the screen. Surveys the floor. Thomas to Millsap. Denver with 4 to shoot. Rainmaker. That's how you defend.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Reset here. Let's see what they do. Hill to Love. Cavs with 4 to shoot. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
And he missed the free throw. To Thomas. To Millsap. Jokic. Driving right to the basket. Goes to the right side. To Millsap. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Oh, he hits the three.
It is extremely prevalent right now for three-point shooters because of the skill set at every position is that versatile. Even your 5s and 4s can knock down threes at a high clip.
It's a world of great three-point shooters and great three-point shooting teams. Hill to Love. Oh, he had him there for a second. Picked up by the Nuggets. And they called a foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Millsap to Thomas. Here's a chance from long range. He has yet to hit one tonight. No good. Slams it down. Now whistle. Timeout for Denver. They trail by 1. Who's it going to be as they get ready for the final shot? Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Corner 3 at the buzzer.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Cavaliers emerged victorious after a tight finish.
And it's always great to watch a team with such an unselfish approach to the game. Plenty of assists were delivered throughout this contest.
What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The Nuggets just couldn't close this one out.
This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.